in this question, I would like to ask you, Per, what do you think about that people feels that Lego Serious Play could be just a game for kids?
No, but I think that's no. I would say that you can see why this easily becomes a myth, right? Why this easily becomes an understanding. Because if people just look at the materials we use, well, they see Lego bricks and they associate that really quickly with children. And they associate it with the way that children play with Lego bricks. So you can see why that happens. I think the analog I would try and make here is this: imagine that there's someone from Mars, from another planet. They landed on planet Earth. And maybe they landed in a high school. I'm just going to take my phone here. And the first thing they saw was a lot of teenagers or preteens looking at TikTok videos or playing games on their mobile phones. Right? That's the first 1,000 people they see are people doing TikTok or video games on their phone. Right? Then they will form the idea that phones are for preteens and for fun. So if someone then came and tried to sell this Martian or this person from Mars a mobile phone, they would think, why would I buy a mobile phone? It's for children. So I can see why that happens. Mm-hmm. This Martian would then need to learn how we can use the phone as a way of paying, of doing presentations, of working with AI, of boarding our airplane. But they will need to understand that the same physical object is not only for the group of people where they first saw it. The same thing with most managers today have only seen Lego bricks in the hands of children, so they're associated with children. But that's what they've seen so far is just how a child uses the Lego brick, not how an adult uses the Lego brick. So I deeply appreciate it, and I would think the same. I mean, I worked for Lego before I was introduced to Lego Serious Play, which kind of didn't exist. For me, the Lego brick was clearly also for children. Of course it was, because that's what we had seen. So I think I really, really appreciate this myth, and it makes a lot of sense. And I think the only way for us to break this myth is for allow people to experience it as a thinking tool to solve their business problems. Sure, Gloria, I know you know this. We can tell them that this was how it was developed. We can tell them even how inside Lego in the early development, also the Lego employees were like, you want me to play with Lego bricks? This is made for 7-year-olds. Because that's also how they associated it. So it's only natural. And I think the only way we can help people, how do we say this, eliminate the myth is by creating more and more experiences for many, many people so that the association emerges, hey, that this is a thinking tool. Just like the phone can be a communication tool, not just an entertainment tool.
And adding, and I would like to ask you something about that is related to that, because now that we have some literature about Lego Serious Play, so now you can buy things and read things and watch a lot of videos about this.
Yeah.
So do you feel that reading and watching videos helps to get a deep understanding about what Lego Serious Play is? How does it, why does it work?
I think you said two things there. I think, does it help? Yes. Does it give a deep understanding? No. So I think that's it. I actually do think it helps. I think it helps understand how it works and why it works. I don't think it gives a deep understanding. But I think it helps.
Okay.
And I think it's valid. And I think the increased literature, scientific and popular, about LSP also helps provide this understanding that it, not only does it work, it also works for a lot of different people in a lot of different contexts. So I think it's helpful. I do think it's helpful.
Super.